If you confronted an adult that claims they can't do something with the same question about whether or not they have tried, the answer will almost always be yes.
Do we even have the mindset to follow? We question ourselves every day. What if? Or could we? Or I'm not ready. There is no shame in being humble.
Adults have learned enough to know that it is unreasonable to say they can't until they have at least tried once. Therefore, the real question that we should be asking in response is, have you tried everything? Have you exhausted every possible option, scenario, combination, tool, and approach? I do not simply refer to the ones that you knew of at the time you decided to undertake your task. I mean, have you also researched possibilities that you hadn't known about? Have you determined whether or not there is another person out there that has performed the exact same task you are attempting, or at least something similar? Have you exhausted this research? Have you read every book, blog, journal, magazine, bathroom stall, and website?
And so once I tapped into my purpose, once I thought it was football, right? But when I started speaking, I'll never forget the day I got the exact same feeling backstage that I used to get before I ran out on the field to play football. And that's when I knew, like, this is my purpose. This is what I've been put here to do. And so the opposition, adversity, the challenges, it's just a part of the process. It's gonna make me a better person. But my purpose, I can't let anything stop or detour me from tapping into that every single day. Because the key with purpose is, I firmly believe every person's purpose is tied to somebody else's purpose and destiny. And so your purpose, my purpose, is tied to somebody else. Like when I speak, when I do what I do, like people say, oh man, I really needed to hear that, right? That helped me do this. That helped get me through this. That helped me with this. That's my purpose being tied to other people's purpose, destiny, beliefs, and dreams. That's the power and magic of purpose.
If the answer to any of these questions is no, then go back and try again. Because you don't truly know if you can do something until you've tried absolutely everything. The fact of the matter is that rarely, if ever, is the answer to all these questions yes. Therefore, what is it that people actually mean when they say, I can't? A more accurate but more verbose way of saying it would be, I don't care about or want enough this task or the resultant benefits of it in order to do all that is necessary to achieve it. I was told countless numbers of times by people during my month of marathons that they couldn't run one marathon, let alone 31 straight. Every now and then, when I had time, I would discuss what they'd said. We would jointly conclude that if something they cared about and depended on them doing so, it would be possible.
Right? I don't think it can be a purpose without being tied to other people's purpose, destiny, dreams, and aspirations. Right? I think that's the power in it. But realizing it is another thing. That thing that not only feels right, that thing that when you do it, it impacts the lives of other people. Like, prime example, you guys in the videos that you create, right? The platform that you've been blessed with, that helps people, right? That serves as a blessing to people, right? That gets people through challenges, right? And it's a video, right? But everybody can't do the video the way that you guys do the video. Everybody doesn't feel as if that's their purpose to do these videos, put them out to let them impact the world. Everybody don't view it that way. And so I think when you look at it and you assess the situation or whatever you're doing, I think on the other end of purpose, you have to look at it and count the cost and say, is what I'm doing helping people?
The most common example I used was, if someone had a gun to your child's head, do you think you could do it then? Therefore, the phrase, I can't, denotes a lack of investment as opposed to a lack of potential or ability. I do not mean to say that every person I had this conversation with should have had the motivation to run marathons. It was something that I had decided to do, not them. I merely wanted to express to them what I am expressing here. Given the right purpose and enough time, you can. everyone that's out there grinding, working, driving trucks, pouring concrete, hammering on a project, building bridges or building software, sewing some garments or sowing a field. Farmers, factory workers, engineers, electricians, plumbers and pilots and ground crew and cooks and waitresses, everyone out there working hard and listening to this and just trying to get yourself a little bit better.
I made some notes in my journal coming from Lisbon, Portugal to New York City. And the title of my list of things here was called The 7 Fundamentals for Success. And I'd like to take just a few minutes and go through these 7 fundamentals with you. I think you'll find it very interesting. The first fundamental is a constant plan for setting, rearranging, evaluating, and strengthening the purpose of your goals. Setting goals is a very important part of our life's process. It's a basic fundamental. In fact, if you will work hard on setting goals, put together a plan for setting goals, reevaluate them, rearrange them, constantly talk about them, go over them again and again, I tell you what this process will do in my personal opinion.
In fact, some of your best leaders had to learn before they can lead. Do not be blinded by arrogance. Do not be blinded as if you have all of the answers. This is how you grow. This is how you learn. This is how you build up humility and being humble.
It'll put you in what's known as the top 5%. And if you want to be successful, if you want your life to really change in major ways, this is one of the fundamentals. Guess how many people have a constant plan for setting, rearranging, evaluating, and strengthening the purpose of their goals? The answer is very few. In fact, if you will do this, you will become among the few who do, that become the envy of all who watch. So that's number 1 fundamental for success. Get together with your family, your wife, your husband, your children, your business colleagues, and make it one of the major fundamentals in your life. Constantly setting, rearranging, evaluating, and strengthening the purpose of your goals. That's number 1 fundamental for success. Here's number 2. The second fundamental is a clear picture of what you intend to do with your present resources.
It doesn't mean that it's over. That doesn't mean that you can't be a beast at what you do. It just means that you are learning. And when you are learning, you are growing. You are pursuing forward and not going back. Sure, there are going to be mistakes. Absolutely, you're going to fall down. Absolutely, you're going to see yourself in a rut. But that doesn't mean that you stop. Have you ever been put in a position where you've been knocked down so hard that all you could do was humble yourself? Because there was a time when you thought you were so high up